Hello everyone, a very warm welcome in the session of ROSE project. I am Dongre Eji from HGM College, Karat. This is the fifth lecture of chapter Respiration and Circulation. In previous lecture, we have already finished mechanism of respiration. In mechanism of respiration, there are four processes which we already understood. So, in this mechanism of respiration, we have seen breathing, external respiration, internal respiration and cellular respiration. So, these four processes we have done. Then now, today we are going to discuss here some points. First one is regulation of breathing, another one is modified respiratory movements, common disorders of respiratory system, artificial ventilation, ventilators and transportation in living organism. These points we understand in this lecture. Okay. So first part we are going to discuss here, that is the regulation of breathing. So in regulation of breathing, so what is the meaning of regulation? Regulation means control of breathing. Breathing means when we inhale oxygen and remove the carbon dioxide, that process is known as breathing. So in breathing, two processes are included. First one is inspiration and another one is expiration. So this inspiration and expiration we discuss in this part, that is the inspiration as well as expiration process, how can we regulate and which particular organs help for this process. Okay. So in respiration or mechanism of breathing, these both are the perform same process. In that particular breathing process, we understand here in two ways, or the breathing process is controlled by the two ways. First one is nervous and another one is chemical. So in general, human adults breathe. So this breathing process, within 1 minute, how many times we respire or breathe? So in human adults breathe 12 times per minute. 1 minute has two particular 12 times we respire. Okay. This is the respiration process or the breathing time for human adults. Okay. Whereas newborn baby breathe 44 times per minute. Okay. So in newborn babies respire per minute 44 times. So the normal breathing, when we inhale or when we respire, normal breathing, that normal breathing is called as involuntary. So what is the involuntary? This particular involuntary changes is not under our control. Okay. So this is the natural breathing. So this natural breathing is under in a involuntary process. Okay. Then this particularly respiration process or the breathing process, involuntary as well as voluntary type. Okay. So a rate of respiration or the steady rate of respiration includes or the conducted by neurons. Okay. Conducted by neurons, and these neurons located in the pons varolii and medulla oblongata. Okay. These neurons located in. So this whole respiration process or breathing mechanism performed by these neurons, and these neurons located in the pons and medulla. So pons and medulla both are the present in the brain. Okay. This is the part of brain. Then pons and medulla are the respiratory centers. So pons and medulla, these are the respiratory centers. So from these pons and medulla, whole breathing controlling process takes place. Okay. Then now we understand here this medulla and pons. So medulla and pons divided into three groups. Medulla and pons divided into three groups. First one is dorsal group of neurons in medulla. first group which is present in medulla as well as in pons. So the first one is dorsal group of neuron in medulla. This dorsal group of neuron is present in the medulla, and this dorsal group is known as inspiratory center. Then now second one is ventrolateral group of neurons in medulla. This is also present in the medulla, that is ventrolateral group of neurons. This ventrolateral group is present in medulla. This is also known as inspiratory and the expiratory center. So dorsal group of neurons and ventrolateral group of neurons both are the present in the medulla. Then now third one is pneumotaxic center. This pneumotaxic center is present in pons. Okay. Then this dorsal group of neuron present at the dorsal side of medulla, or the located dorsal side in medulla. It is help for the brings about normal resting inspiration. Okay. Then now next one is ventrolateral group is located ventrolateral side of the medulla. Then these neurons remains inactive. These neurons remains inactive at the time of normal breathing. Then now pneumotaxic center, it controls reflex breathing. It controls reflex breathing as well as control inspiration. So inspiration process is controlled. Then slow wave sleep also control slow wave sleep and rapid eye movement sleep. These are the function of pneumotaxic center, and this pneumotaxic center present in the pons. Okay. Then now also other one group is present. So this one group is apneustic center. This apneustic center is present in medulla. This is the present in medulla, but apneustic center is antagonistic. Antagonistic means opposite. So this apneustic center is antagonistic to pneumotaxic center. Means pneumotaxic center च्या opposite side ला apneustic center असतो, but this apneustic center is present in medulla. Okay. So these are the particularly three groups which is under medulla and pons, and this medulla and pons is called as respiratory centers. So we see here with the help of diagram where situated medulla and pons. So see here pons, this is the position of pons and this is a position of medulla. So this pons and medulla are present in the brain. So in our regulation of breathing process, in this process three organs are helpful. So the first one is, this is the thoracic cavity, then this part is brain, and this is the heart. So these particular organs are helpful to perform the regulation of breathing or the controlling of breathing. So in brain, here is a hind part of brain. In the hind part of brain, here is a pons is present and medulla is present. Both pons and medulla are regulate the breathing process or control the breathing process. That's why both are known as breathing control centers or respiratory centers. Okay. So here is, see, this is the particular nerves, and these nerves carry the signals from pons to the thoracic cavity and thoracic cavity to the pons. Okay. So in here is nerve impulses trigger. This is the carry nerve impulses and contraction of muscles. इथून काय होतात, नर्व इम्पल्सेस येतात आणि हे जे थोरॅसिक कॅव्हिटी आहे इथे इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स आहेत. दिस इज द इंटरकोस्टल मसल अँड outer side of the intercostal muscle, these are the rib cage or the ribs. These are the ribs. Between the ribs, here is the intercostal muscles are present. When nerve impulses carry from here in this part, that is the thoracic cavity, intercostal muscles are relaxed. Okay. So when this intercostal muscle relax, we understand other part. Then now here is a heart part. In this heart part, here is one nerve is released. So this nerve is CO2 increase in blood. So how can be CO2 is increase in blood and these signals are reached in brain as well as in heart. Then another, this one is nerve impulse from O2 sensor indicating O2 decrease. O2 decrease झालं, याचे जे इम्पल्सेस आहेत किंवा सेन्सर जे आहेत ते सेन्सर कॅरी करून त्याला रीच करण्याचं काम दिस नर्व इज डूइंग. ओके, देन नाउ हिअर इज अ O2 सेन्सर्स इन आर्टरी. तर O2 चे सेन्सर जे आहेत ते आर्टरी पासून काय केले जातात, सिग्नल्स कॅरी केले जातात. ओके, दिस इज द रेग्युलेशन ऑफ ब्रीदिंग. Okay, this is the picture or this is the diagram of regulation of breathing. This is the important part. So again come to the first slide. Here is the apneustic center. So what is the function of apneustic center? Here is a coordinate between inspiration and expiration. So this apneustic center helpful for the coordination between inspiration as well as an expiration process. Okay, then again it control non-rapid eye movements, sleep and wakefulness. Okay, this is the one function to perform apneustic center, or this is opposite function performed from apneustic pneumotactic center. Okay, then now whole this process or the thoracic cavity as well as brain. In thoracic cavity here is a lungs are present. Okay, a pair of lungs is present. So these lungs how can be performed or how can be helpful for performing this regulation of breathing. So this particular process we understand from this flow chart. So see here, during inspiration when we inhale, at that time lungs expand. This lungs expands at a critical point. Okay, then after this critical point arrive, the stretch receptors are stimulated. These stretch receptors are present in the lungs. So when lungs expand at critical point, at that time stretch receptors are stimulated. After stimulation, impulses sent. These stimulated impulses sent along vagus nerve or towards vagus nerve. Vagus nerve पर्यंत हे जे impulses आहेत ते impulses काय केले जातात, सेंड केले जातात. So vagus nerve, what is the meaning of vagus nerve? So these vagus nerves are 10th cranial nerve. This is the 10th cranial nerve which is present in the brain. So this stimulation carry from the lungs in the brain, or the brain part is vagus nerve. So after send the signals from vagus nerves and expiry centers. कुठे नेतात ते एक्सपायरी सेंटर मध्ये, म्हणजेच मेडुला मध्ये त्याला रीच केलं जाणार. देन आफ्टर एक्सपायरेटरी सेंटर सेंड आउट इम्पल्सेस टू इन्स्पिरेटरी सेंटर. एक्सपिरेटरी सेंटर मध्ये हे जे इम्पल्सेस आहेत सेंड झाल्यानंतर परत ते जे इम्पल्सेस आहेत ते कुठे कॅरी केले जातात, इन्स्पिरेटरी सेंटर्स मध्ये. ओके, देन आफ्टर रीच इन्स्पिरेटरी सेंटर, द इन्स्पिरेटरी मसल रिलॅक्स. त्यानंतर इन्स्पिरेटरी जे मसल्स आहेत ते काय होतात, रिलॅक्स होतात. म्हणजेच काय, इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स आर रिलॅक्स अँड देन एक्सपिरेशन फॉलोज. आणि त्यानंतर एक्सपिरेशन प्रोसेस हे काय होत असते, फॉलो होते, म्हणजेच परफॉर्म होते. देन नाउ lungs are deflated. After expiration processes follows are done, lungs are deflated and stretch receptors no stimulated. लंग्स हे नॅरो होतात आणि स्ट्रेच रिसेप्टर यांच्यामध्ये कुठल्याही प्रकारचं स्टिम्युलेशन नसतं. परंतु हे जे स्टिम्युलेशन खूप काळपर्यंत राहत नाही, तर ही प्रोसेस कशी असते, कंटिन्युअस चालत असते. ओके, देन इन्स्पिरेशन सेंटर नो लॉंगर इनहिबिटेड. इन्स्पिरेशन सेंटर लॉंगर टाइम पर्यंत ते इनहिबिट राहत नाही, तर परत ती जी रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस आहे ती काय होते, स्टार्ट होते. एक्सपिरेशन प्रोसेस परफॉर्म झाल्यानंतर लगेच इन्स्पिरेशन प्रोसेस ही काय होत असते, स्टार्ट होत असते. ओके, सो दिस whole particular events is called as Hering-Breuer reflex. Okay, so it control depth and rhythm of respiration. आणि हे जे Hering-Breuer reflex आहे ते काय हेल्प करतं, कशासाठी, कंट्रोल डेप्थ अँड रिदम ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन. ओके, then now this whole particular respiration process or the breathing controlling process how can be performed we understand here with the help of video. So see this video.
The respiratory rhythm is maintained by the human brain. This is regulated by 3 respiratory centers in the pons and medulla region of the brain called respiratory rhythm center. It includes the inspiratory center, the expiratory center, and the pneumotaxic center. Neurosignals from the centers can reduce the duration of inspiration and thereby alter the respiratory rate. Chemosensitive area adjacent to the rhythm center is highly sensitive to carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions. Hence, the increase in the substances in the blood active, it's this center which enter signals rhythm center to make a adjustment in the respiratory process to eliminate the substance.
So after observing this video, we start here next part related to regulation of breathing. Then one another part is that is the voluntary process or the voluntary changes. This changes is under our control. Okay, so respiratory center is connected cerebral cortex. So respiratory center हा काय connected आहे cerebral cortex. So in this process here is a voluntary changes takes place. Then voluntary control of breathing is protective. Why this voluntary control of breathing is protective? Because it enables us to prevent water or irritating gas from entering the lung. तर ही जी व्हॉलंटरी चेंजेस जी आहे ती व्हॉलंटरी कंट्रोल ऑफ ब्रीदिंग इज प्रोटेक्टिव्ह. हे प्रोटेक्टिव्ह असतं. म्हणजे यामध्ये जेव्हा आपण एखादी ऍक्टिव्हिटी करतो म्हणजे एक्सरसाइज असेल, स्विमिंग असेल, त्यावेळेस जे काही ब्रीदिंग प्रोसेस आहे त्या ब्रीदिंग प्रोसेसला आपण कंट्रोल करू शकतो. कशासाठी? की जेव्हा आपण एखादी ऍक्टिव्हिटी करतो त्यावेळेस त्या ऍक्टिव्हिटीमधून जे काही आपल्या लंग्समध्ये एंटर होणार असतं त्या एंटरिंग पर्टिक्युलर ऑब्जेक्टला आपण प्रिव्हेंट करू शकतो बाय व्हॉलंटरी चेंजेस. ओके, then now we start here next point, that is modified respiratory movements. So these respiratory movements are different from the normal. ही modified respiratory movement ही different आहे normal movement. Okay, then it help express emotion. This modified respiratory movement, it helps to express the movement, anger or happy movement. This particular movements we helpful or the modified respiratory movement helpful for this expression. Okay, then again clear the air passage. Then this modified respiratory movement helpful for the clear the air passage. When we inhale or exhale, at that time any particular activity is damaged, at that time modified respiratory movement helpful for the clear the air passage. Then some movement, that is the reflex like coughing and the yawning. So here is one movement is takes place, that is coughing. At that time this modified respiratory movement is helpful, and yawning in Marathi jambai. So at that time modified respiratory movement also helpful. Then now next part, that is common disorders of respiratory system. So when in our respiratory system damage, at that time so many disorders are found. So these disorders are given in our textbook. These disorders we understand here or discuss here one by one. So first one is, our first disorder is emphysema. Okay, this emphysema disorder symptoms found breakdown of alveoli. Here is a breakdown of alveoli. Alveoli breakdown होतो, त्यामध्ये जे स्वेलिंग आहे ते स्वेलिंग फाउंड होत असतात. देन त्यानंतर shortness of breath. This is the symptoms found in the disorder of emphysema. Okay, then what causes? Then more smoking and polluted air. So more smoking and polluted air causes disorder found emphysema. What we treat? Then quiet smoking, smoking कमी करायची. Then polluted air avoid करायचा. त्यानंतर administer oxygen to relieve symptoms. Then another one is chronic bronchitis. So chronic means दीर्घकालीन, त्याला मराठीत काय म्हणतात? दीर्घकालीन. So this disease is chronic bronchitis. So bronchitis means here is bronchioles. Okay, primary, secondary bronchioles related this disorder. Okay, in this disorder we found symptoms coughing, more coughing, and shortness of breath. Then causes smoking and air polluted. Then quiet smoking, avoid polluted air. Smoking quiet करायची, avoid करायचं polluted air. If possible move to warmer or drier climate. वॉर्मर किंवा ड्रायर क्लायमेट मध्ये जर पॉसिबल होत असेल तर मूव्ह व्हायचं किंवा त्या ठिकाणी शिफ्ट व्हायचं. ओके, देन नाउ नेक्स्ट डिसऑर्डर इज ॲक्यूट ब्रॉन्कायटिस. ॲक्यूट म्हणजेच काय, तीव्र म्हणू आपण त्याला. दिस इज ऑल्सो related to the bronchioles. So in this related to the disorder we found symptoms inflammation of bronchi. जे ब्रॉन्की आहे त्या ब्रॉन्की मध्ये इन्फ्लॅमेशन होत असतं, ज्याला आपण जडण म्हणतोय. देन शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रीथ. देन वी फाउंड शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रीथ. येलो म्युकस इज फाउंड हिअर. येलो म्युकस कफ, जे कफ असतं येलो टाईपचं ते इथे आपल्याला ह्या पर्टिक्युलर डिसऑर्डरमध्ये फाउंड होत असतं. देन कॉजेस व्हायरसेस अँड बॅक्टेरिया. इफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर डिसऑर्डर इज बॅक्टेरियल वी टेक अँटीबायोटिक्स, कफ मेडिसिन, यूज वेपराइज. ओके, देन नेक्स्ट वन इज सायनोसिटिस. दिस डिसऑर्डर्स वी फाउंड सिम्पटम्स इन्फ्लॅमेशन ऑफ द सायनसेस, देन म्युकस डिस्चार्जेस. सो सायनसेस जे आहे त्या कॅव्हिटीमध्ये इन्फ्लॅमेशन होत असतं, त्यामुळे म्युकस हा डिस्चार्ज होतो. आणि हे कशामुळे होत असतात, व्हायरसेस अँड बॅक्टेरिया. देन वी ट्रीट इफ बॅक्टेरियल टेक अँटीबायोटिक्स अँड वेपराइज. ओके, देन अनदर डिसऑर्डर लॅरिंगिटिस, इन्फ्लॅमेशन ऑफ लॅरिंग्स, व्होकल कॉर्ड, सोर थ्रोट. घसा जी असतं ते घसा यामध्ये बसतोय तो घसा. हॉर्सनेस, साऊंड जो असतो त्या साऊंड मध्ये चेंजेस येत असतात. म्युकस बिल्ड अप अँड कफ. इथे सुद्धा लॅरिंगिटिस ह्या डिसीजेस मध्ये सुद्धा म्युकस बिल्डअप होतो आणि कफ सिम्पटम्स आपल्याला दिसतात. देन कॉजेस व्हायरसेस अँड बॅक्टेरिया. इफ अगेन हिअर ट्रीट इफ बॅक्टेरियल टेक अँटीबायोटिक्स, टेकिंग अ कफ मेडिसिन, व्हाइस रेस्ट, अवॉइड इरिटंट like smoke. Okay, then now next that is pneumonia. In disorder of pneumonia, here symptoms we found inflammation of lungs ranging from mild to severe. तर lungs, वन और बोथ लंग्स मध्ये इन्फ्लॅमेशन होत असतं, ते माइल्ड टू सेव्हर कंडिशन मध्ये आपल्याला पाहायला मिळणार. देन कफ अँड फिवर. इन दिस डिसऑर्डर symptoms found cough and fever also. Then shortness of breath, चेस्ट पेन, ब्लड इन म्युकस. म्युकस म्हणजे ब्लड मधून म्युकस निघणार. देन कॉजेस बॅक्टेरिया अँड व्हायरसेस. देन हाऊ कॅन बी ट्रीट, कन्सल्ट फिजिशियन इमिडिएटली, टेक अँटीबायोटिक्स, कफ मेडिसिन्स अँड स्टे वॉर्मर प्लेस. ओके, देन नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज दॅट इज अस्थमा. सो दिस इज the related to the bronchial disease or the disorder. Then in this particular disorder mucus buildup in bronchioles. So see here again this disease is related to the bronchioles. Okay, periodic wheezing, difficulty in breathing. In this process or in this disorder here is a breathing process ही जी आहे ती difficult होत असते. Then what causes allergy to pollen, some food additives, pet hair. So different type of particles are again here is included, that is allergic disorder, that is asthma. We use the inhalants to open passageway, avoid irritants. Okay, inhalation जे काही आहे ते आपण इनहेलर यूज करून जे एअर पॅसेज आहे ते एअर पॅसेजला ओपन करू शकतो. अँड देन अवॉइड इरिटंट्स. Okay, then now next and last disorder which given in your textbook, that is occupational respiratory disorder. So in these occupational disorders, silicosis and asbestosis. Okay, so this is the occupational disorder. So this disorder we found in workers who work in the industries, that is factories. So cloth factories, fiber factories, these particular workers we found this disorder. Okay, so in this disorder symptoms are inflammation, fibrosis, जे स्मॉल थ्रेड्स असतात ते एंटर होतात लंग्समध्ये, त्यामुळे लंग्स हा डॅमेज होतो आणि ती जी रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टीम आहे ती रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टीम ही डॅमेज होते. देन कॉजेस लॉंग टर्म एक्सपोजर टू डस्ट पार्टिकल्स, silica and asbestos particle during occupation. Okay, then now next one is that is protective mask and gear during work. So when we work, at that time we cover our mouth part with the help of mask. Okay, so here is a common disorder, respiratory system is complete. Then now next part is that is artificial ventilation. So in artificial ventilation, it is also called as artificial respiration. Okay, this artificial ventilation take, if any person very serious, at that time this artificial ventilation we used in a proper manner and quickly, so it can prevent death. We use properly and quickly this artificial ventilation, at that time we prevent a death or the serious person due to drowning, choking, suffocation, electric shock. This is the particular patients, and this patient we use artificial ventilation. Then now next one is ventilator. So ventilator is also known as machine, and this machine supports breathing process. Okay, then it is used during surgery treatment for serious lung diseases. So serious patient, at the time ventilators we use. अदर कंडिशन वेन नॉर्मल ब्रिदिंग फेल्स, परत नॉर्मल ब्रिदिंग जर फेल झाली असेल एखाद्या पेशंटची, त्यावेळेस आपण दिस व्हेंटिलेटर्स वी यूज. सो इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द लाईफ सपोर्ट सिस्टीम. देन व्हेंटिलेटर डू द फॉलोइंग. द सिरियस पेशंट at we use ventilator, at that time get oxygen into the legs. This ventilators helpful for a serious person. When we use ventilator, get oxygen into the lungs and then remove carbon dioxide. It helpful for the remove carbon dioxide from the lungs, and again helpful for the patient breathe. So this is the ventilator parts. Then now next part is transportation in living organism. So transportation means so many different processes are done in our human body. So in particularly in this part related to the living organism, so in a living organism perform different type of exchange processes, food exchange process, gases exchange process. So in this part, this particular transportation is takes place between the living organism as well as in environment. So this is particular transportation process. So this transportation process is divided into two types. First one is intracellular transportation and another one is extracellular transportation. So intracellular transportation, it is takes place in lower animal, surface area is larger. This particular process we understand here, it is takes place in lower animal, surface area is large. तर ही जी प्रोसेस आहे ही प्रोसेस परफॉर्म होत असते अशा पर्टिक्युलर लिव्हिंग ऑर्गॅनिझम मध्ये, ज्या लिव्हिंग ऑर्गॅनिझमचं सरफेस एरिया हा कसा असतो, लार्ज असतो. अँड दिस ट्रान्सपोर्ट टेक्स प्लेस बाय टू वेज, पॅसिव्ह प्रोसेस अँड ऍक्टिव्ह process. Okay, passive means is also known as diffusion process. So this process we use surface is large, there only diffusion takes place. Okay, while active transport every or the it is used and molecular transportation. Okay, then now next one is for example of, see, before going to understand here extracellular transportation, we understand here one more thing, that is cyclosis is the streaming movement of the cytoplasm shown by almost all living organisms. This cyclosis process is done or takes place almost all living organisms. For example, paramecium, amoeba, root hair of the cell of plants and WBC in animals. Then now next one is, here is a extracellular transport. So in extracellular transport, here is it is takes place in higher animals. Particularly this process of extracellular transport, it is takes place in higher animals. Then We know in our body the food constituents of oxygen hormones, these are the comes in blood, and these are then provide each and every cell or to the respective organs. Okay, for example of nitrogenous waste, it is provided to a expiratory system. Carbon dioxide is conducted to respiratory system. Then again here is oxygen we take inside, it is conducted from blood to tissues. This is way higher animal blood vessels and etc. Okay, so see here one more thing here, this particular process is done. Some examples are given here. Sponges and coelenterids in this particular animal transport water body cavity. Then flatworms, parenchymal transportation is takes place here. Then in roundworms, no blood vessels and no body cavity is found in this type of animals. Then the particular movement or the particular transportation, the viscera by contraction of body wall and muscles. Okay, so here is a particular transportation in living organism is complete. Our overall today's whole points we discuss here, and here is the respiration part is completed. In respiration part we have studied first part definition of respiration, then afterwards respiratory surfaces, then gases exchange in plants, gases exchange process in animals, then human respiratory system, then mechanism of respiration. In this mechanism of respiration 4 processes we have completed. Then after completing mechanism of respiration, we understand today's lecture, that is regulation of breathing. Then after regulation of breathing we understand modified respiratory system, common disorders in respiratory system, then ventilators, artificial ventilator, and transportation in living organism. These whole parts or whole points we completed within 5 lectures. Okay, so next part, that is circulation part, we will continue or we will start in next lecture. So thank you.